Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome again to the largest education festival in the world, the Student Education Webinar Season 4. Stay connected. Today is day 24 of the celebration, and we are getting closer to that 37 number. So we are almost 13 days more to go. So each day is important. Don't miss it. And also more important is please share this with your friends, families, and to people in your network. Because the more you share, the more people will attend, and the more people attend, you will also be benefited in this process because we will be motivated to come up with something more every time. Okay, numbers do matter to us as well because otherwise we'll find new channels and new ways to meet students. And this I find internet is an important medium. So unless we get those numbers going, it will not give me that motivation. A lot of important information is shared in the Student University webinar. In case you have missed it, then do look at the YouTube EACC-Education Abroad Counseling Center, and you will find the videos there. Now, important in a live webinar is that it's more interactive. You can chat, you can ask questions, you can get your answers. It's very live. When you're going to look at the recording, you will be not be in that interactive mode. Also, there will be a lot of interruption in between, and in that interruption, the flow is not there, that seriousness is not there, and then you don't find that information so relevant as you attend a live webinar. So attending live has its own importance uh, because I don't think basically recording works. But to those, basically, my objective is to reach out to many people who are not even attending in real villages. For them, probably this YouTube is an option. And for you, live is an option. Use the live option to attend the webinar and participate in the webinar. Having said that, let me share the presentation. Um, are you able to see the presentation? Yes, Mustafa, thank you. You know, you always basically, you are the first one, and I appreciate that. So today being day 24 of the webinar, it's always important. We have completed a lot of the series. Please guide on MIM study in Europe. Okay. Specific questions, basically, maybe we'll take it at the end if there is anything available. But at present, we will go with the flow, which is first with the success skills and then with the student questionnaire. After that, the university presentation, and then with all the questionnaires that you have for the entire thing. In between, if I get time, I would also get answer your success skills related topic question. So today we are going to have cover the basically statement of purpose, the power of statement of purpose part 3. We have already covered 2. And before I go ahead, let me talk about the company, Education Abroad Counseling Center. So Education Abroad Counseling Center started in Feb 2000. Our vision is to educate the youth by providing them with study abroad career options worldwide. Our mission is to help 10 lakh high school and graduate students achieve career growth using pre-application technology. We have counseled more than 13,500 students, all major countries, all levels, and all major programs. This is our USP, and that's why we are one of those few study abroad counselors in the world who can provide counseling for all countries, all levels, and almost all major programs. We provide guaranteed admissions or we refund your counseling fee as we are based on pre-application research. Having said that, topic of today, power of statement of purpose, part 3. In the part 1 and the part 2, we have covered about SOP, the SOP myths, the SOP phobia. We have covered about what SOP, why SOP. We have, I'll just tell the basic of SOP. What is statement of purpose? I'll just repeat it again in case you have not been part of the first and second. Statement means essay. Purpose means future. So if somebody asks you what is your purpose, you say my purpose is to become an engineer, a civil engineer, mechanical engineer, whatever. So it's an essay about you, essay about your purpose, essay about your future. It's a marketing document where you're going to market yourself to the admission committee, why you should be given admission. So your statement of purpose is most important document, as it is a direct communication between a student and the admission committee. And the university, lot of accreditation, ranking and everything is based on students. So students are very important, and to understand what type of student, the personality, your statement of purpose does help. And if you write your statement of purpose well, it can cover some time basically of other parameters that you have missed out. So do spend a lot of your time in writing your statement of purpose. And that's why we have had these 3 sessions, so that you understand the importance of this document. Lot of weightage, as I mentioned, is given to the statement of purpose in the parameters that are there for admission applications. Okay. Now, today we are going to understand undergraduate SOP versus graduate SOP. Okay. What are the common factors? Okay. First, basically, whether it is undergraduate or a graduate SOP, you need to be honest. You need to know about yourself, and you should show a desire to learn. So this is common in whether you are going to be writing an undergraduate SOP or a graduate SOP. So you have to be honest. Okay. That I will tell you, if you're not honest, it can reflect in your other documents, and that will show bad on your part. So you have to be honest. You should know about yourself, and you should have a desire to learn. So that thing has to be there clear in your SOP, so that the admission committee understands that this student is what we want for our program. Now, regarding an undergraduate essay, they don't have a lot of experience. So they would be talking more on the personal life. Okay. So the focus is on me. So what I'm going to focus on, I'm focused on showing how he or she has explored his or her world of interest. Till this 12th, how you have done various things, what you have done. Okay. All those things that you have done, you can mention it in your SOP, which are marketable. Okay. Don't write basically a story from your childhood. They would not be interested. Or don't try to write about a teacher so much, or anything about any person so much that it becomes, see that whatever you're going to write, keep it concise, keep it short, make it more meaningful with minimum letters, minimum words. So that's one. How he or she relates to people, how you relate to people. Okay. Whether your teacher, whether your parents, whether any mentor. Okay. How he or she forms his or her opinion based on basically different interactions that you have with different people, how your opinion is based. So that is how the undergraduate essay is more focused on. It is more focused on the personal life. Now, graduate essay is more on professional or academic interest, because you have already done your bachelor's. Some also have 2 to 3 years of work experience. So here you are going to talk about your academic interest or your professional experiences. So it should reflect your independent thinking, that you are able to decide on your own, that you are able to take action on your own, you are able to think on your own. Why he or she wants to study further, there has to be a clear reason on why you want to do it. You have to connect your past, your academics, with the future, the program that you're going to do. And if you're going for research work, you should show that you have the capability of doing research work. So that's the difference between the graduate essay and the undergraduate essay. The common factor being honesty, self-knowledge, and a desire to learn. Now, as I said yesterday itself, the preliminary, how to start statement of purpose, you should have your preliminary research. So I had discussed about this, self-sort, resume, course requirement. You have to go to the university website, professional website, take help of your counselor or professor, read book, or there are enough material on the internet. Purpose is all about future. So goal setting is important. That it has to be a story, so that the other person feels it interesting to read. So structure and outline of the SOP is very important. And when you are going to write your heart out, so that when the other person reads, he can understand, he can get the feeling of what you want to say. So that we have already discussed yesterday. In case you have missed out, you can check yesterday's video. Okay, today I'm going to discuss more about the preliminary research. So how to do that preliminary research. You can ask questions because questions helps your mind to think. So what questions will you be asking? What areas are you interested in and why? So ask and then try to think. If you want, related to that program, try to find out information on the Google so that your mind gets words. And once your mind gets word, your minds will be able to think more. How well defined your interests are, how clearly you are defined your interests are, how confident you are, how certain you are in achieving what you want to achieve. Are these interests based on experience, academic or on the job, that the school may find it useful? So if you are showing this based on your academic, then show them the proof in your SOP that this is why I'm interested in. Give them a concrete example. If you are going to show on the base of your job, then give them a concrete example which proves that this is why your interest is more on this, so that they can get some relationship between what you are doing at present and what you want to do. Where do you see your interest taking you? Okay, so you know basically that you have to do this and you are doing this, and what will this take you to? What will you want to be? Your short-term, long-term goals. How do you think graduate school will help you? So if you have not gone to the university website, you have not checked on the program, you have not checked on the university link, okay, university details, you will not be able to answer this question. And if you know this, then you will be able to know that how this graduate school will help you in achieving your career goal. What experience have you had that will help? So if you have any experiences, this is important because when you are going to study abroad, it's not about just learning from the professor, it's also about sharing, learning from others, and also basically teaching others. So if there is anything that you can contribute to the class, then basically it is going to be a value addition to the university. Now, like I said basically yesterday, undergraduate SOP, it's more of same like graduate SOP, not much of a difference except one paragraph. Okay, otherwise it's more same. Here basically who you are, the story in graduate is short story. Here also you can, it's short, but I'm not written short because as an undergraduate you have little liberty to expand yourself. So you can introduce yourself, you can tell what inspires you, what motivates you, what connects with your course of study, because it's more about you. So if you are able to express this well, then it will have a lot of weightage in your SOP. Your second paragraph would talk about your academic details, okay, where you are going to talk about your performance in your secondary school and in your high school, how you have been doing it, what subjects have you been liking, what projects have you done regarding this, any other things, in your school achievements that you are going to link with. Now, important thing is, which you'll understand, that this should actually be fact, and because otherwise your recommendation letters will not match and they will know that it is not, you are just bluff, it's a bluff thing, right? You are just telling lie. So see that it should reflect. Okay, your achievements including sports. So if you have done some achievements, we have worked, you have played at inter college, inter school, state, national, you can mention it, and then you could be eligible probably for a better admission chance, for a better scholarship. And finally, what is more important is why you are interested in the program that you want to do, how you are going to connect all this to the program that you are interested. Okay, so everything is going to be connected to the course of study, statement of purpose. So if you are able to connect it to the course of study, then it makes value. So if suppose you have points and you don't know, should I add this point or not? Just think, am I able to relate the point to my course of study? Okay, if yes, write it. Suppose you don't have, if you have more to write and you want to delete those things, then these are the things that you can delete. Also important is your selling point. So sometime you may have something which you cannot connect, but it's your selling point, then do mention it. Okay, if it is a strong selling point. Okay. Third paragraph would be basically about volunteering work. Now this is different. This was not there in the graduate SOP. What is volunteering work? You working for an NGO. In this pandemic, let's say you try, the schools, public schools were closed. These schools don't have the facilities of online education. The students that are studying in these schools don't have the facilities of mobile phones. So much of mobile phones. The parents must be having, kids doesn't have, or laptop. So if you had done some volunteering in making the students study, excellent work. If by your own method, if you would have done it, okay, how you do it, it's your way, your thinking, your unique way. And but if you have been able to educate at least 5 students or 10 students, then it's a volunteering work. Or basically, let's say in this pandemic, since there was a lot of time, it was locked down, there were no people on the road, so a lot of shops were closed. So the dogs basically were not getting food, because most of these dogs were getting the street foods, basically those foods people eat and they throw or give it to dog. So the dogs were not. So if you help the animals get food, then that could be a voluntary work. Or basically the old people who are staying alone, who don't need help, if you could reach out to some of them, then that's a voluntary work. Or you have been part of an NGO. Okay, because this will show your self-confidence, that you could reach out to those people. It will show your self-confidence. It will show your self-esteem as well. And by doing this such a work, it shows your self-satisfaction. How much, this society that we are is in a society of giving. If you don't understand this basic concept, then basically it will be difficult for you to go in life. It is very important to understand that we are in a society of giving. People have given to us, and that is why we have taken this benefit and we are here at district. When we will give this benefit to somebody else, they will move further. So this is a society of giving. So that giving concept will come from your voluntary work. And you can share your experiences and your learning. So voluntary work could be part of your SOP in an undergraduate SOP. And it can, if it is valid, if it has a lot of weightage, then it can definitely be looking good on your SOP. Future academic goals. You can connect your second paragraph, which is on academics, to basically your future goals, what you want to achieve. And you can connect your third paragraph, which is on volunteering, with how you wish to contribute, with what you have basically achieved. So this is where the undergraduate SOP will be little different from the graduate SOP, because you don't have that type of basically academic experiences, bachelor's in going into the specialization, or basically professional experiences. You can share this experience, and this will show that your overall personality, your overall development, and will have weightage on your SOP. The last paragraph is always in anticipation, where you are going to praise the university, praise the program, or praise the city, whichever you want to go, so that basically you feel that, okay, I look forward to be part of your esteemed university. Or basically I look forward to be basically part of the city, let's say Munich city. It's a vibrant city, and so tell something, so that the admission committee feels that you are looking forward to join this university. Okay. So that's from the undergraduate SOP. Now, here are some of the essential tips. I have taken it from the Berkeley website. It's a Berkeley website. Berkeley is an Ivy League university. So I've taken their essential tips, which I found is useful. I'm just sharing it with you. Now, it says what the admission committee will read between the line is self-motivation, competence, potential as a graduate student. They are not going to read everything. So if you are going to show that you are self-motivated, you're competent, then that will show that you are good. Sometimes because of thousands of applications, it will be not possible for them to read each and every SOP. Okay. Emphasize everything from a positive perspective and write in an active, not a passive voice. Don't try to say bad about your country, bad about your education system, bad about your family. It will not reflect good on you. Even if you are in a difficult situation, try to say positive things that you have got from that. Okay. Demonstrate everything by example. Don't say directly that you are a persistent person. Show it. So if you are going to, if you have some quality, as I mentioned, if you are in the top 5% of the class, your letter of recommendation should mention that. Only then basically it will prove that, okay, you are good, or your academic mark sheet should mention that. It will show that. If you are good in your sports, your one of your letter of recommendation could be from that, which substantiate that you were good in your sports. If there is something important that happened to you that affected your grades, such as illness, excessive work, state it. Write it affirmatively, showing your perseverance despite obstacles. You can elaborate more in your personal statement. So when you are going to write about, basically, suppose you are ill and all those things, you can mention it, but don't drag it. Try to mention it a short way and how you have overcome that particular process and how you have improved further. Make sure everything is linked with continuity and focus. See that there is a story behind everything and things are related, and that your focus is basically on why you want to do this particular program and what is it for you. Unless the specific program says otherwise, be concise, be short. Use minimum words, use powerful words, be meaningful. An ideal essay should say everything it needs to with brevity. Approximately 500 to 1000 well selected words, 1 to 2 single pages with 12 font size is better than more words with less clarity and poor organization. Okay, more words with less will show less clarity and poor organization. So that's it from me for today. Thank you very much.